The college basketball season is over, which means it's almost time for Todd. That and much more. Frank Caliendo, who is now a recurring player on the show, also our Creighton correspondent, one of our Creighton correspondents. He'll be at the Funny Bone next Thursday, April 17th, and it's almost sold out. Omaha.funnybone.com. And Frank joins us now on the hotline. Good afternoon, Frank. How are you?
I mean, great. I still feel bad about not getting your text during the Creighton game, during Creighton UConn, and going to talk on the Jumbotron. I felt bad about.
That's okay.
Absolutely, 100% would have done it. It did feel like I was ducking you, but I really didn't see it. And next time I'm there, I'm going to be doing that.
Well, I'll text you earlier next time, and then maybe you'll see it. I don't know.
You were probably scared because I'm such a big deal in my own head.
Exactly. Maybe you were the person. Now, you're not bald, but maybe you were the person that Dan Hurley was looking at and saying 2 rings baldy after that game.
Was that one? That was that game?
I mean, you were at the UConn game, right?
Well, UConn at home though, and they won that game.
Yeah, it was
UConn won.
Yes, and then he walked off the court, and somebody was giving him crap from over near their bench, and he said 2 rings baldy.
I mean, I'll take credit for it. But I didn't do it. But
yeah, there's something.
I'm pretty good friends with Bobby Hurley, so we could try and get him to believe it was me.
You've never met Dan?
No, I haven't. And I told Bobby, I go, anytime Bobby's in the news, I'm like, how does it feel to be the quote unquote normal Hurley? How about that, Bobby?
Did you say, hey, is your brother actually that crazy? Is he insane or what?
I think there's a lot of passion, and like somebody who's in sales for a living, you just become like that all the time. You ever go to a dinner with somebody who's in car sales and they're making deals to pass the gravy? You ever have that happen?
Yeah, exactly.
Let me talk to my boss. Let's see what's going on here.
Yeah, figure out what's going on here. Go ahead, whatever. So yes,
yeah, I wanted to say, but that game, you watched the whole game last night?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the ending. I'm sure you probably I'm guessing you probably talked about this, but it felt like a series finale with like a cliffhanger that doesn't pay off.
I know.
Like one of those, like a Marvel end credit scene where you're left hanging. You watch the next movie and then nothing has it. It was such a great game. And then the ending, such a dud that I was like, I felt unfulfilled. I was like, man, what? This is how the people who don't like Severance feel.
And then it's just over. There's no getting it back. There is a next season, but it'll be completely different. It's like True Detective in that way.
I didn't even stay up for No Shining Moments.
Oh, come on. You didn't?
No, because I didn't feel like there really was a lot. I mean, there wasn't anything.
Yeah.
I just feel like it had to be more of a filler one this year. I still haven't seen it. I've been doing stuff, but I don't. It was good. The Final Four is great. I mean, really good. The games. I mean, but it is amazing how a couple of, I guess it was a physical error by Cooper Flagg. He didn't make that shot, but I mean, it was mental errors all the way around for Duke to fall apart against Houston.
Mm-hmm.
And then, a mental error from Houston last night. So, and I was in Houston over the weekend. So imagine how those shows went.
Oh,
with a guy who's known for doing a lot of sports stuff.
Yeah.
So, I was thanking people individually for showing up.
It's like, thanks for coming. How about that basketball team? And they're like, yeah.
I did. I was saying, thank you for not going to the Final Four. It's only 3 hours away. 2 people get up and left. I didn't know it was that close.
Like, okay. Yeah. That means you probably don't actually care about basketball. So thank you for being here. It's appreciated.
Right. How about, and I don't think Barkley did, because I did really turn it off after they just scrambled for the ball in the court. I just went, if they cut back to Barkley, all he had to say is, that's just terrible. That's a terrible, terrible end.
He at the end of the game after was like, he shouted out, like, he was like, shout out to all the Final Four teams, but especially Auburn. He's like, Janai Broom, he's the best player. And it was like, Chuck, he wasn't even in that game. Like, you could put the homer away for 10 seconds, right?
Janot Broom and his elbow, if that was 100%, that would have been a lot better. We're going to get you a bionic elbow, and we're going to get all these guys 5 or 6 more years of eligibility.
Exactly. So now what happens is, Frank, as we move on from Charles Barkley, well, I guess we'll eventually end up back at Charles Barkley impressions in June, but now the NFL draft is it takes focus, or I guess the Masters takes focus this weekend before the NFL draft. So your Chucks are gonna end up being Mel Kipers and Jon Grudens and stuff like that in the coming weeks.
Yeah, a lot of Gruden, man. Unboxing things. You ever unbox a box inside of a box inside of a box? I can do that sort of thing.
He is back, man. He's everywhere.
Back and more Gruden than ever. I mean, he is totally Grudening it up. It's fun to watch because I talked to him along the way, but I was actually supposed to go do quarterback class with him last week in Tampa, but he wanted me to go do it. And then I talked to a producer. I'm like, how much time? Because if I'm going to fly all the way out here, are you really going to add me into much stuff, or is it going to be just a quick thing? He's like, it's really probably a quick thing. I'm like, let's do something different another time. Yeah. John just wants me to fly out there and be his puppet show for 30 seconds. I'm like, I'm not doing it. Not all the way from Phoenix. It's 4 hours there, 4 hours back. It's not worth it. So,
yeah. You do a video where you mess up opening boxes. Like he really struggles with opening those boxes.
I think he should be like a little kid where he doesn't care about what's in the box. I'm going to build a fort with this box, man. You ever build an igloo? You ever do that? A snow fort, man? You guys are in Omaha. You know all about snow forts. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to do that out of cardboard. I'm going to make a cardboard snow fort. That's going to be soggy, man. I'll tell you what, it's a good idea.
He takes everything, all the shoes and stuff from the box, and he decorates his cardboard box fort with the shoes and things like that. Sounds like an excellent idea.
Yeah, it's super Gruden doing his thing. I'm glad to see him back. And then the Mel Kiper Jr. talking about tremendous situation. Who you guys even root for? You guys got to be Kansas City fans out there for the most part, right? Is that what the deal is?
Mostly, a lot of Kansas City Chiefs and a lot of NFC North. There's a lot of that.
Okay, yeah, because I actually go to Kansas City the day I'm at Omaha at the Funny Bone next Thursday. What did you say?
17th, yeah.
The 16th, I'm actually at the Kansas City Funny Bone. So Kansas City Funny Bone on Wednesday the 16th, and then Thursday the 17th at the Omaha Funny Bone. FrankOnStage.com gets you to all the shows.
Excellent. FrankOnStage.com. So people around here also just got done. We've had a lot of discourse around here. You're a Creighton basketball honk, I think, at this point. But Nebraska basketball just got done playing in something called the Crown. Have you heard of the Crown, the college basketball Crown?
I do know they won the Crown. Yeah, they played Central Florida, right?
That's right.
UCF.
Yeah,
I might be the only other person who knows about the Crown.
So, the great part of that was Gus Johnson. They got Gus Johnson out there, and he did the games, and he clearly just really, really enjoyed being in Las Vegas, and was excited. He kept on reiterating over and over again how much money that the players were going to win if whatever they won $300,000.
I think it was
$300,000. And so Gus
That's
was
what I make in 5 minutes.
Gus was absolutely losing it over the weekend watching the college basketball Crown. I didn't know if you had a Gus or not.
No, I think I know what to do, but I've never done it. But I do think here's the cool thing. I do think it's cool winning the basketball Crown. I think that's pretty cool. And I did watch the last few minutes of that game and saw a little bit in before. But everybody who didn't win the basketball Crown, I think that's unfortunate. But I do think it's pretty cool to have won the basketball Crown. I find that interesting. So good for Nebraska basketball. That's quite cool. But anybody who didn't win, including my friends at ASU Arizona State, they got knocked out in the first. That was against Nebraska.
They got beat by Nebraska. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Bobby was down to half a player. I think he had 4.5 guys that had the. It was like it was Hoosiers, and they had the send in Ollie. That was the type of thing. Bobby Hurley Jr. was like Ollie shooting free throws underhand.
If you're in it, you might as well win it, right?
Yeah. Coach Norman Dale, Barbara Hershey. I don't remember her character's name, but I got that. And Jimmy Chitwood. That's all. That's all ingrained in my memory, man. But good, congratulations to them. I mean, I do think winning that's pretty cool. But again, if everybody else who lost during it, sorry.
Okay, so let me have you weigh in on this then. Would you rather win the entire college basketball crown, or get beat in your first NCAA, go to the NCAA tournament, get beat in your first game, and then have your season be over? Because this
How bad do I get beaten? How bad do I get beaten in the NCAA tournament?
You lose by
5? Do I play competitively?
Yeah. Let's say it's close for a while. You lose.
I'd much more rather go to the NCAA tournament.
Let's say you get 100%. Your face beat in.
Or win the basketball crown. At this point, I think that's kind of close. Probably win the basketball crown.
Wow.
Because nobody's watching after a little bit of the game if you're getting pummeled. I think the fun of the NCAA tournament is at the beginning, everybody's watching everybody. And as soon as the game's, 20, 30 points, you're getting pummeled. And you just watch, you watch a different channel. So that's me. And maybe I'm just old school, but I think it probably, it's real close. I mean, if you win your first game, I really like being in the NCAA tournament, man. It doesn't feel like anything. I mean, I don't even know what happened in the NIT. Is that done?
Yes. Yeah. So all the teams that would normally be in the NIT ended up going to the college basketball crown. And so I believe
they kept a lot of mid-majors in the NIT.
Correct. Right? I believe Chattanooga won the NIT. Yes.
Yeah. Nobody. I mean, I don't know. I in the NCAA, I mean, that may evolve. I don't know. But as of right now, I mean, it's hard to. I think a difficult thing with that is if you got some players reportedly making $1 million to $2 million a year or somewhere, and some even more with actual, actual NIL deals where they're actually doing commercials for stuff and not just from the collective. If $300,000 to be split amongst everybody, as much money as that is, doesn't seem like a lot to when one person on the team's already making $2 million. Now, I don't think there's anybody in that tournament making $2 million. And how do they split it? I never understand that stuff either. How do they split it? Does it go to the school? Does it go to the players? And I like that preseason one that Creighton played in, and I actually went to that tournament. I don't remember.
The players era.
Yeah, players era. Yeah, and that was a lot of fun. Nobody's ready. That's kind of
That's right.
Nobody's ready to play other great teams, and that's why you see when teams have really good coaching and players coming together, like Creighton does. And Boss Baby was hurt during that.
That's right, because he messed up his ankle against Nebraska.
Yes, Stephen Ashworth had hurt his ankle. So, but they, they're just nobody's really ready. That's when it's who wins a lot of those games, the guys with like the really great athletes.
Yes.
And maybe sometimes just the bigger team can win. But as the season goes on, the teams that gel, it's just a different thing. And that's why, you see Creighton getting into March Madness and even though they may not have even as athletic of a team as they did the year before, they're gelling together and really a great group of guys that work for each other. So
did you see how yeah, go ahead.
Now Mac those guys, they pulled in some giants, some awesome, you guys and Creighton fans, something to look forward to again, because they're reloading, man. That's amazing.
You're on top of it, by the way. Yes. Indeed. People are excited.
Owen Freeman,
Owen Freeman, Josh Dix. Yeah.
Yeah. And there was another wing, I think they just signed, right?
Nick Graves. They got him.
Yeah.
And then they got some big 7-footer.
Right? Was he Charlotte?
Yeah, from Charlotte. And then they got some big 7-foot freshman from somewhere overseas. Yeah.
Lithuania. Yeah.
Love that.
But usually those guys take a little bit of time.
Yeah. Did you see how during the tournament, Boss Baby's baby, I don't know what your nickname would be for Boss Baby's baby, but he became very popular, Stephen Ashworth's son. He was actually on One Shining Moment last night, so if you get the chance to see it, you'll see Boss Baby's baby. Yes.
Which is funny because I sent Ashworth a text. I go, "Boss, your kid does look like Boss Baby." That's hilarious. That's pretty much the same. So get him a briefcase because he's going. I'd forgotten. It seems like that was so long ago. I forgot how much Tommy Ashworth took over. Forgot about it. That was like a full 2 days of the news cycle.
Because
there weren't really any.
He might have got as much screen time as you did in the Vegas tournament. It was close.
I still find that funny. People told me I was on the screen the whole time during that game, and I was like, I thought I was in a corner box. Like if I'd known I was on the full screen the whole time, I'd have been like, "Well, put me in the corner. Why, if people want to watch the game?" I'd be mad too. Like I was getting tweets afterward. Why is Frank Caliendo? Like what? And then I saw that I was on the whole screen. I was like, oh my goodness, let's not do it that way. Let's have people watch the game. They don't want to. And if I didn't know I was on the screen, I'd have turned it more into a commercial for myself.
I don't think they found you during the UConn game when you were here. You kept it low profile, as evidenced by not answering my text.
I knew it was going to be a tough game, and Mac looked over at me a couple times, and I didn't make eye contact with him because he got me the tickets, and I didn't because I didn't want to because I just saw what was happening in the because Jemiah was going crazy in the first half, like amazing. And then the beginning of the second half, they came out a little sluggish. And I didn't want to make eye contact as to throw anybody off or take the blame as I saw it was kind of being a struggle right there. Like, you guys concentrate. I don't want to. But I did. Watching Mac on screen, I have 3 or 4 more new things to do with my Mac impression that I'll work on.
And you had the great pleasure of sitting like right behind him and understanding like John, our afternoon host and our play-by-play guy, he sits right behind him during the game, and he oftentimes complains about how he can't see the game at all because Mac is just this monstrous figure, and so he has to move around the entire game.
Frankenstein standing in front of you.
Exactly.
I mean, and it's not like it goes shoulders, neck, head. It's just head straight to shoulders. So he's basically a wall. But it is fun to watch those guys coach. I mean, just to see how much they're interacting and watching them think during that game. I mean, it's fun to be right up there like that.
Did you enjoy Jemiah's dunk at the end of the UConn game in the Big East tournament and how everybody got mad about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's an emotional kid I didn't know Jemiah before I came to see practice that week of UConn, and he's
hilarious.
He's really awesome too. He's very smart, man. He's thinking all the time and doing a lot of different things and really I don't want to say messing around because that sounds negative, but really keeping people on their toes and saying goofy stuff and fun stuff. And he's just a goofy, fun kid.
Yeah.
I mean, he's really
great. His bit this year was that he referred to the freshmen Ty Davis and Jackson McAndrew as his sons. And he said he would often say about how he would have to put the kids to bed and things like that. That was an ongoing thing throughout the entirety of the year, which was great.
Well, the funny thing is, Ty looks like mini Jackson McAndrew.
Right.
I went out to a team dinner, and McAndrew, people don't realize he's a legit 6'10". He's not like a 6'8" guy listed at 6'10". He is all of 6'10". But from the back, their haircuts, the two of those guys, their haircuts, it's just, and they just kind of walk around together, and it's just like, man, Tweedledee and Tweedle. I don't want to say dumb because he's not dumb, but the Tweed.
Yeah. I got you.
They're funny, really funny, and great guys. I mean, all those guys, the whole team. I'm really a great group of guys.
Yeah, they're fantastic. All right, so then we're in town next week. How long are you touring then? How long are you out right now?
We're going to my family. I'm going with my family to Italy in May. So until then, because they're going to run up the credit card bill on me. So I'm just working a whole bunch. And my mother-in-law lives at our house right now, so I don't want to be home at all.
Nice, fantastic. Yeah. So it really works out for both ends.
It's better that way. Yeah.
All right, so we'll see you in Omaha next week, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Excellent. That'll be fantastic. That's at the Funny Bone. FrankOnStage.com. You can get your tickets. The Funny Bone has them available as well. Frank, we'll look forward to seeing you around very, very soon. Thanks as always for being a friend of the show.
All right, appreciate it, man. Good to see you. Talk to you. I'll see you next time.
Yeah, we'll see you soon. All right, that's Frank Caliendo. Funny person and dear friend of ours. We just call him honestly, this is building toward an every week thing at this point.
It's headed that way. I don't know if Frank would like to just eliminate the middleman and
he's a busy guy.
Come on every week.
He's a busy guy, but we'll work something out. I don't think we can fly him out for Gruden bits like Gruden wanted to.
Well, he didn't want to go. No.
But we wouldn't even have to offer. We wouldn't put that on the table. And trust me, if
I'm not headlining, I'm not going.
Well, if we had a bit that we wanted to do, we would certainly make Frank the star of it, and not just make him like a 1 second, like
It's not like we put Gary above Frank. Like it's Frank.
Yeah,
it'd be Frank centric.
No. So that's just a great 20 minutes, just hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Next Thursday at the Funny Bone, almost sold out.
We'll get it there.
We're going to try and get it there. We would love to get it there. Tickets are on sale, frankonstage.com. Funny Bone has tickets available as well, omaha.funnybone.com. Also there for you. And what's this about the Funny Bone? What's going to happen with the Funny Bone?
Sometime this year, I don't know when, they are moving back to Miracle Hills. I believe it is the northwest corner of 114th and Dodge, sort of where DJ's used to be, where the grocery store used to be.
DJ's not there anymore.
Where Boston Market used to be. Well,
Boston Market.
DJ's moved across
where Cubbies used to be, or where
Cub
Foods used to be.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's nothing there.
No,
dude, I used to love Cub Foods.
They've cleared out. They've acquired all that land.
Really?
There's Funny Bone. There's something else. They're gonna try and reboot that corner.
Nice. That'd be great for the Miracle Hills area of town.
It would.
Be fantastic. All right.
Caddy corner from Grand China Buffet. That's right, Platt Cat.
That is true, Platt Cat.
It's a big caddy corner, but
so the next time Nebraska wins their gets to a bowl game, we all go there, and then we go see Frank at the new Funny Bone.
That's right.
Mike says on YouTube,
hi, Mike.
I absolutely love that Frank is a legitimate Creighton fan. Yeah. It fills my heart. No, like that's real.
He knew the names.
He just wants to come on and talk Creighton basketball.
Yeah. Not just they got a couple guys, but like he knew their names, he knew their positions,
and he's gathering information for future bits as well. So any detail we can give him on that we can help him out with, we'd be happy to assist.
He's got to do some Creighton specific jokes, right?
Like in his stand up
when he's here. I mean,
okay, when he's here,
not everywhere.
I imagine he'll make some sort of reference to it.
Makes it kind of a unique show.
Yeah, maybe we should go. Maybe we should be good friends.
Genuinely love to go.
Hold on, what do I have next Thursday night?
Next Thursday,
baseball,
of course.
It's Easter weekend, so they move up the weekend series a day.
The Jesuit school can't play.
Well, he could come out and the game will probably be 6.5 hours long, so he could probably come down afterwards and say hello in the booth with me and John if he wanted to.
I'll do an inning.
Open invite. Open invite. All right, we are back after this on 1620 The Zone.